Welcome back to another recap and review of WWE RAW. Before we begin, I just want to say thank you so much for over 300 subscribers. You are all the best. Anyways, let's get into the show. Pat McAfee wasn't on commentary tonight as he was attacked by the Wyatt Six on his show. Instead, Michael Cole was joined by The Miz, which I actually enjoyed. As much as I like McAfee, it's great to have someone defend the heels every once in a while, which Miz does for Drew McIntyre, who kicks off the show. Drew, who's 100% totally innocent, not really, but I still love him, justifies his attack on CM Punk from SmackDown. Now, I knew Drew was gonna come back after quitting, but I thought his break was gonna last at least longer than, 3 days. He claims to have injured CM Punk for the long term, and claims his goal of winning the Money in the Bank contract. We can all see how this ends, right? Drew's about to grab the briefcase, only for Punk to push a ladder at the last second. Seems a little too obvious, right? Anyways, I'm glad Drew McIntyre didn't leave, and I'm excited to see him fight for his millionth opportunity for the World Heavyweight Championship, which will definitely go wrong. A tier. Next, we had Bron Breaker facing off against Ludwig Kaiser, who was seeking revenge for last week's spear that nearly tore him in half. How hated do you have to be for the fans to start cheering for Bron Breaker? But he totally deserves it. He pulled off another clothesline over the announce table from the ring apron, and a top rope hurricanrana that is better than most smaller guys. Oh, Kaiser is cool too, I guess. However, right when he got going, Sheamus interfered with the nastiest knee I've ever seen. But in the end, Braun still destroyed everyone like he does every week. This Intercontinental division is so hot, and it was a great match. A tier. After that, we had a women's Money in the Bank qualifier between Lyra Valkyria, Kairi Sane, and Shayna Baszler. With a teased Damage CTRL breakup, I was really hoping for Kairi Sane to win, to stir up some drama with Io, who was already qualified. But I'm happy for Lyra. She really needed it after taking the second nastiest knee I've ever seen. It was a sweet match, but not quite on Bron Breaker's level. We'll give it B tier. So earlier in the night, we saw Judgment Day enjoying some gifts from Liv Morgan, 2K24, 100 chicken nuggets, and some spicy photos for Dominik. I'm gonna be honest, I'd be ready for marriage if I got that gift combo. So Liv is in the ring, and she invites Dominik so they can high five or something. But Zelina Vega shows up instead. She mocks Liv for wanting Rhea Ripley's sloppy seconds, and says she wants her women's World Heavyweight Championship. I almost forgot that Liv has to actually defend that title, and she can't just spend all day flirting like she has for the past few weeks. Then Dominik appears. This is cool because Zelina has a bad history with the Judgment Day, having faced Rhea Ripley in Puerto Rico at last year's Backlash. Dominik says despite their past, he wants anyone but Liv to have the championship, so he'll help her any way he can. When Zelina and Liv start to fight, Rey Mysterio rushes out to break them up. However, Dom pushes him down, leaving Liv to think he did it for her, when in reality, he just hates his dad. It was great to see callbacks from last year's events, and despite the Liv Morgan story not really progressing here, we get some huge developments later in the night. B tier. Chad Gable is alive. We all saw what the Wyatt Six did to him last week, and I thought it was all over for him. But no one can stop this man. He's still here, and even better, he won his qualifying match for the Money in the Bank. Sure, the Judgment Day took out Braun Strowman, but I don't care. S tier. Although he survived the attack, he's still pretty shaken up from the event, and it appears that the Wyatt Six are still after him, which scares him enough to run back to the Alpha Academy and apologize. However, they're not ready to forgive him yet. Good. I like Chad Gable, but he did some messed up things. But when he turns around, he's met with the Creed brothers. Finally, this is the group I need, the Sigma Academy. S tier. Again. Then we had a non-title fight with Alba Fyre and Isla Dawn taking on Kayden and Katana Chance. I have never given a D tier, but this was just an okay 3-minute match with people that I do not really care for. I think we really need to give these champions a microphone because I don't think they've given us a reason to be invested in them. But Kayden and Carter did some cool tag moves, and Damage CTRL attacked everyone at the end. So C tier. Next, Seth Rollins and the World Heavyweight Champion Damien Priest clashed on the mic over their upcoming match at Money in the Bank. Damien claimed that as long as he's champion, Seth is never getting it back. Seth immediately called bull by pointing out that although Damien says he never wants help, if it wasn't for the Judgment Day at Backlash and CM Punk at Clash of the Castle, he wouldn't be champion right now. And the fans were totally against Damien, chanting "you suck." However, wanting to be seen as a legitimate champion, Damien accepts Seth's new stipulations for the match. If Seth loses, he can't challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship as long as Damien holds it. But if Seth wins, Damien has to leave the Judgment Day. Gotta love some stakes. Even if Seth loses, which with Damien's plot armor is nearly guaranteed, his reign won't pass SummerSlam. Because in comes Gunther, who made his return by complimenting both of them, saying he's better, and then leaves. I'm really excited for this upcoming match at Money in the Bank. Although I love Seth, I think it would be pretty weird to put the belt on him for like a month, because let's be real, no one's beating Gunther. A tier. Important things you should know. Bron Breaker challenges Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship at Money in the Bank, which should easily be one of the best matches of the night. Liv Morgan tricks R-Truth into giving the Judgment Day a tag team title match for the main event. Damien then caught Liv Morgan in the Judgment Day's room alone with Finn Baszler, which he explains she was just in there to tell him the news about the match. So after Chad Gable's win, Sister Abigail drops off a VHS tape to be played, and it was finally set up. Okay, now you're all caught up. The video was amazing and got pretty real. It featured Uncle Howdy talking to Bo Dallas about the death of his brother and how it affected him. Bo expressed his love for his brother and how much pain he's gone through. Howdy then asks Bo if he feels like he's exploiting his brother's legacy. Bo responds by saying he's always looked up to his brother and he just wants to finish what he started. I don't know what to say. I'm just really happy that Bo is able to carry on his brother's work in kayfabe and in real life. S tier. Then it was time for the main event. The Awesome Truth versus the Judgment Day for the World Tag Team Championships. I love this match. It was pretty unpredictable, with the stakes rising as Carlito, Dominik, Braun Strowman, and Liv Morgan all got involved somehow. You know, how often does a title change on a regular show? Everything seemed great. R-Truth hit the 5-knuckle shuffle, and right before he was about to finish off Finn Bálor, Liv Morgan distracted him, allowing Finn to hit the coup de grace for the 1-2-3, meaning the Judgment Day have reclaimed the tag titles. Sorry, Awesome Truth. It was a good run. It lasted a little longer than I hoped, but you put up a good last fight. And before the show closes, Finn Bálor and JD raise their belts, side by side, with Liv Morgan. It looks like she's slowly replacing Rhea Ripley. S-tier main event. I hope the tag titles are finally featured on a PLE now. Anyways, that was my recap and review of WWE RAW. Subscribe so you don't miss my videos on this show, Dynamite, and SmackDown. Thanks for watching, cool dudes.